I am here with Michael. Michael is the CEO of Motif Ingredients, yes?
Motif Foodworks.
Motif Foodworks, excuse me. And how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for coming over today.
You bet. How's the show going for you so far?
Fantastic. This is my first NRA show.
Yeah.
And it's been an incredible experience. But we have a great team in place, and we're excited to show you some of the things that we're doing here.
Yeah, I would love to hear about them. I remember trying this out last year when I was here, and I thought that the beef that I tried, your plant-based beef, was indeed some of the best I had in the show, actually. The texture, the flavor, I mean, it really resembled beef, and it was really, really good. But anyway, talk to us about what you're doing with everything.
Sure. So Motif is here to make plant-based foods more delicious. Plain and simple. That's what we do.
Good mission.
Because we believe that, for plant-based foods to become more attractive to consumers and for people to want to come back and buy the products over and over again, taste and texture just have to be better.
It does.
And so we do that from a B2B standpoint. So we develop ingredients and finished products that we think can really help raise the bar on the consumer eating experience.
Yeah, and that is important. The texture is so critical to how we evaluate taste, is it not?
Yeah, absolutely. And when people talk taste, texture can usually be a part of that conversation where like the whole experience is just, it has to achieve a certain level, right?
Yeah.
But, authentic texture, for example, if you're trying to find an experience like meat with a totally plant-based option, you don't want to trade off on like mushy texture or spongy texture. You want that bite quality. You want pieces that stick between your teeth and that juiciness to come through.
Yeah, and that's what I felt last year with the beef. And I know you've got a lot of things in the pipeline now. Maybe you want to talk about that. But this is B2B, so you are producing it as a private label to people who want to go into the plant-based food business, correct?
Yeah, and let me explain. We have a couple levels to what we do on the B2B side. Okay. So fundamentally, we develop ingredients that improve the flavor and texture of plant-based products. Meat products, dairy products, you name it.
You develop the ingredients.
Correct, yeah. The first two ingredients out of our pipeline that we're showcasing in all of our products today, first is called himami. It's the same protein that you find in beef muscle that makes the beef bleed and change color when you cook it and have that great flavor and aroma. The other ingredient is called Apotex, which produces the same effect as connective tissue in meat. So it gives you that authentic bite quality, that springiness, that juiciness, right?
Yeah.
And then we formulate those into a range of finished products that really show what that technology can do. Because at the end of the day, everyone understands great food. Not a lot of people understand ingredient technology. So for us, it's really important to make great food products.
I think that's right. A lot of us do not understand that.
And really, it's about making great food. So, this show is where we're launching our whole range of finished products this year. So we've got 3 finished products, Motif Beef Works, which is our beef burger and beef grounds. Motif Pork Works, which is our pork grounds. Motif Chicken Works, which is our chicken cutlet. And we're also going to be launching Cheese Works later this year.
That's what I understand. So the cheese is, because cheese, I thought cheese was improving quite a bit, but I was corrected about that last year. And the cheese is actually, because cheese, the taste isn't there, it's pasty, and it doesn't stretch. But I understand you're working on a stretchy, very realistic.
That's right. Cheese is one of those products that people, including me, have a very strong emotional connection to.
Exactly.
It has to be a certain way. That meltiness, that gooiness has to come through. And so what we've done is developed a plant-based cheese using some really interesting corn protein technology. Corn of all things, right?
I know.
Can help to make a plant-based cheese better.
Right.
So it makes it stretch and melt more like real cheese. And we're really excited to be introducing that to operators and to the industry, because we totally agree the bar just has to be higher for plant-based cheese, and we can do a lot better.
It's horrible. I mean, I asked a vegan friend of mine, so what are you doing for plant-based cheese? He goes, I don't.
And that's the attitude, right? Where people won't come into the category because the products just aren't good. So we want to do our part to change that. And we think through Beef Works, Pork Works, Chicken Works, and Cheese Works, like we can really start to move the needle on the quality of these products.
Yeah, in terms of researching on those plant-based, I feel like we're in the final mile. It's like the delivery mile in merchandise. It's the final mile. Getting to that last mile is difficult logistically. But I think it's happening now more and more in the plant-based community, like what you're doing here.
Agreed, and that's where Motif is a little bit different than some of our peer companies because we combine the upstream know-how on technology with knowledge of how to bring that to life in food that works for operators.
Yeah.
Right. So we designed all these products with operators in mind, so that it doesn't take a lot of extra work to handle or prepare. Everything that we make will work on back of house equipment that you'd find in a normal quick serve restaurant or fast casual restaurant or any real operational scenario. So it's got to be easy for the operators to work with.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's about what problem are we trying to solve for them, and we think our products do that.
How do you think it's moving on the price point issue? I mean, I find a lot of people saying, yeah, I really like the fact that Burger King is coming out with plant and all that. But they're going, but the price of the burger is $12 or something like this. Where do you think it's going with that now? Do you think it's getting down to a place that's more acceptable?
Ultimately, I think that all will even out. I think what we're seeing now in the industry is the issue of scale, which is driven by taste and texture. So if we can do a better job of making these products more delicious and more appealing, scale will work itself out. But without that, the scale's never going to come. So I think we're still very early days, and we're going to be seeing that change, those dynamics change over time.
In the 20s, I would say 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, we're going up.
Absolutely, and I think like in any nascent industry, the upward trend will be consistent, but there'll be some fluctuations along the way.
Yep.
It's not a solid upward trajectory all the time. So we're very bullish, as you can imagine, on the future of plant-based foods, and we're just getting started.
Yeah, we want to make sure that the ingredients are what they are, like you're talking about, and that consumers are getting the levels of protein that they're associated to getting, if that's a correct word, with meat, with animal-based products, so that the proteins are there. All the amino acids, the lysine, everything is there, and so that people want that, people need that.
Right.
And so I think that's what you guys are getting closer to.
Yeah, and that's a non-negotiable. I think that the number one reason why people adopt a plant-based lifestyle is because they believe it's better for them.
Yeah.
And we have to deliver on that.
Yeah.
Right. And I think today,
that's right.
Not every product does.
Yeah.
So I think that's an area where we're also focused on, and a lot of people at this show are too. But we agree, it's taste, texture first and foremost.
Yeah.
And then nutrition's also critical. But we have to deliver on that promise.
Good.
Yeah.
So people can reach out to you guys if they want to have a great burger produced under their label.
Absolutely.
And they just simply look you up. You're on LinkedIn and you have a website.
Absolutely. We're at madewithmotif.com.
Mm-hmm.
If you're at the show, come visit us at booth 490. We're here for the whole show.
Excellent.
And we're launching our beef and pork products at this show. We're also announcing chicken. That's going to be a little bit later this year. In August, we'll be launching that.
Yeah.
But we're ready to serve. We're ready to get into market with operators, and we couldn't be more excited to be here launching our products.
Yeah, and again, I urge people to come down here and try it. I think your products taste absolutely amazing. They're really, really good.
Thank you very much.
So, Michael, thanks very much.
My pleasure.
And we'll see you again.